Real quick, the philosophy as a goalie, it's all about efficiency. So we need to be as efficient as possible because shooters nowadays are shooting faster. They know where they're shooting. You have to react, so it's action, reaction. So you got to be efficient in your ready position and efficient in your movement. So if you need to cover that much of that 6x6 as possible in your ready position, rather than having false movement, false steps, and putting yourself at a little bit of a disadvantage to start. The next is saver versus stopper. All right, I say you want to catch everything, save everything, rather than stop it. If you stop it and give up rebounds, that extends the possession and gives them other opportunity to score on offense. Lastly, fluid, controlled movement. So instead of just throwing your body and trying to make saves with your body, actually be controlled and fluid in your movement and your steps. So I always talk about shuffle steps rather than start, stop, the 1-2 step. So you're always controlled, you're moving with a purpose. And then lastly, once you make that save, you're the first person on offense. So be a quarterback, your outlets, and also communication and directing the traffic and being able to talk throughout your defense. So proper warm-up. So everybody might have different things. I like to keep it consistent every time I'm out there to go through the same thing. So mentally you can get into a rhythm and focus in on your warm-up. One thing that you see out there is people just get in and just start shooting as fast as hard as possible, 10 yards away. All right, it's about the goalie. It's not about the coach. Even when I get out there, I'm shooting. You're like, "Oh, that was a nice shot," and you think about it, but it's actually about the goalie and getting them feeling comfortable in the cage, because when you're comfortable, you play your best. So make sure that they are feeling loose mentally and physically. One thing that I like to do is when I'm stretching, I'll just keep playing. I'll have my stick and just play catch while you're stretching to get going. Get used to your stick because these pockets are very big. They get distorted sometimes by keeping them in your car or your stick or having your helmet and gloves over top of them. So you got to break in your stick a little bit. So start playing catch while you're stretching before you just hop in the net. Next, when you're shooting, I always say shoot about 12, 15 yards away. No need to shoot 10 yards and in because you're not going to get that in a game. I'd rather work on following the ball, tracking the ball in, rather than quick reaction time inside. And then always be on an arc. So if I'm in the cage here and I want the shooter to start on the right side, go around the arc so you get the background. So you know, like the sun's shining off the bleachers on this side of the field, you might need to tell your defense, hey, we need to press out more on this side because I can't see very well. And you get the background in so you understand the environment, the elements. Each stadium's different. But also when they go on an arc, that kind of knows how many shots to shoot. So they start here. Once they get to this side, they'd switch it up. I always say mix it up when I go high to start. So I don't want to get into the rhythm of just, all right, shooting stick side. And I don't watch the ball. I just become a robot. So I say shoot high either side. So I actually have to watch the ball and keep stepping so you don't just go through the motions. You want to work your warm-ups for purpose, so don't just do it just to do it. Make sure you're being productive out of it. So always start high, so you're watching the ball. Then I move to hips, then I move to low, and then all over. I always end with rapid fire. So rapid fire is the coach is probably 12 yards away. He shoots, I make a save, I throw it back right away. Make a save, throw it back right away. Make a save, throw it back right away. Just so my heart rate gets up and I get going. So when you get into the game, you can relax and be even keel rather than having to get up even more for the game time. One pet peeve of mine is when you see a goalie make a save in warm-ups, stand flat-footed, throw it back, check up again, and then get set. So I always say make a save, throw it back normally, quickly get set again right away. So you kind of get them quicker movement as you see the urgency in them rather than them just casually catching it, being lazy, throwing it back, because in a game, you're never going to catch it, stand flat-footed, and make a pass. So whatever you do in warm-ups, you're going to do in the game, so make it more realistic as you go on. Yeah, so I always say is if you have two goalies, if you have the luxury of having two goalies, the goalie behind always has a ball in their stick. So if the coach misses or the shooter misses, That goalie throws the ball to the coach to continue the warm-ups, and then that goalie goes and chases. Rather than he misses, he goes and chases the ball, then throws it back. So you get more reps where that guy who's not being warmed up is paying attention, throws a nice outlet pass, you work on turning, tracking the ball again. So you get a little bit of both out of it.